everyone, and welcome to Tiger Talk. Gerard Wellbrock with you as we talk some Fort Hays State football with head coach Chris Brown. We're at Horizon Appliance Electronics and Mattress. Jacob Mazzara throws on first down to Harley Hazlett. Hazlett into the clear at the 35, turns the Jets to the 40, breaks a tackle in midfield. Here he goes. 10-5. It is a touchdown on the first play of the game. 6-0.
It's time for Tiger Talk on the Tiger Sports Network. Presented by Horizon Appliance and Mattress. The lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, Traeger grills, and accessories. And most importantly, mattresses. Open 7 days a week at 1501 East 27th in Hays. Horizon Appliance and Mattress. Tiger Talk is also brought to you by these premier Tiger sponsors. Golden Belt Bank of Hays and Ellis, the Hays Med Orthopedic Institute, part of the University of Kansas Health System, the Certified Public Accountants of Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, BTI, The Taco Shop, G&L Tire and Automotive.
And a good Monday, and welcome into Tiger Talk. Gerard Wellbrock with you. Head football coach Chris Brown will be joining us here in just a little bit as we talk some Tiger football. We are at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, and we're certainly glad to have you aboard here for the program. Today we are in the appliance section, the big appliances, the refrigerators, the stoves, microwaves. They've got a huge selection of all makes and models, all different styles that fit your home. Of course, they've got the kitchen appliances right here as well, all the KitchenAid stuff. So stop on by here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress. They're at 1501 East 27th in Hays, open 7 days a week. Of course, we had been by the Traeger grill section the last couple of weeks, and all your Traeger supplies, the vast assortment of the different wood pellets, which really surprised me how many different flavors of wood pellets there are, but all of the seasonings and the rubs and everything you might need for your cookouts here this fall and your tailgating. Homecoming a couple of weeks away, so get all of your supplies here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress. They're at 2501 East 20 or 1501 East 27th here in Hays. We are joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Chris Brown. Fort Hays State with their second straight win to get to 500 at 2-2, knocking off Missouri Southern State by a final of 44-3 on Saturday night. Kind of an interesting night with the weather, the dampness, the mist falling throughout, but got out of there with a win, a very convincing win, which was kind of nice after the way this whole thing has started. The close one a week ago in Topeka to kind of have one that wasn't so stressful down at the very end.
Yeah, it was. It was very stressful, especially the first quarter, with our defense putting us in great situations, and offensively we just don't capitalize on them. And, it probably should have been 28-0, right after the first quarter, but, we didn't do what we were supposed to. The defense did a great job getting the ball back to us, and then, we throw a pick and fumble the ball and then do other things that you're not supposed to do as an offense, and not scoring in the red zone, as well. And, we got to figure things out and make things better. And it's still, after watching film, there's still a lot of things we got to work on, and we still got to play more physical.
Yeah, it was a sluggish start offensively, a couple of 41-yard field goals, and then exploded, kind of showed what you can be. 28 points in about a 7-minute stretch over the second and third quarters.
Yeah, we could be very explosive. We got playmakers and guys that can catch the ball, guys that can block up front, guys that can run. I got great quarterbacks as well, and they just need to play hard all the time and do their job all the time. I still just don't think we're playing physically enough, on that side of the ball right now. I thought defense played really well physically, but, there's still some things on defense that we need to work on as well. But offensively, we got the weapons. They just need to start putting it together.
4 interceptions by the defense, and we talked about turnovers. I think after the first couple of games, you said those things will take care of themselves, and boy, have they. 7 picks now in the last 2 games, 4 of them on Saturday night.
Yeah, there's quite a few, and, Hayden Kreitz probably should have had 2 more, and Drew Harvey probably should have had 1, so he probably should have had, 7 to 8 turnovers just in that game alone, but some more missed opportunities, but we need to get those, and they're doing a great job the last few weeks really getting the ball back to our offense.
Offense did have 3 turnovers, a pick. The chance kind of flew up there, and a couple of fumbles that has been kind of uncharacteristic. You've been pretty good over the years, but for whatever reason, that ball security maybe not quite as secure as you would like at this point.
Yeah, it's just decisions that we're making sometimes with chances. He just looks a little to his left. Kinnaman's wide open for a touchdown, and then Foshawn Waiters going into the end zone for an easy touchdown, fumbles it into the end zone, and then Charles Tigner fumbles as well. And it's just, things just keep happening over and over and over. We just got to quit it. We got to eliminate those things, and we do eliminate those things, and we look a lot better on offense.
Now the Tigers do get 44 on a Saturday where there were a lot of lopsided high scores. I think 5 teams scored in the 50s, and Fort Hays State was right there at 44 as they get the win over Missouri Southern. We're going to take our first break, and we'll talk more about the win on Saturday. We are at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, where we are today in the appliance section by the refrigerators and the stoves and microwaves, all of the big kitchen appliances you may need. If you need to upgrade in your home, come here and see the folks at Horizon Appliance and Mattress at 1501 East 27th Street in Hayes. We'll take our first break, back with more on Tiger Talk right here along the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wurtenberger Construction.
I'm Patty Stoll, broker-owner of Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. We want your dreams to become a reality. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty prides itself in putting you first.
Hazlett and Ramsey, receivers near side. Fuller throws. He's got a man open. Sliding catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Manny Ramsey. Touchdown, Fort Hays State. They finally find the end zone with 5:21 to go in the second quarter. It's now 12-0, Fort Hays State. Yeah, finally got it into the end zone after a couple of field goals from Dante Brown. That was the start of that explosion late in the second quarter on Saturday night as the Tigers knock off Missouri Southern 44-3. Welcome back to Tiger Talk from Horizon Appliance and Mattress at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. Gerard Wellbrock, head football coach Chris Brown with you, and that kind of ignited that stretch. 28 points in 7 minutes, and Manny, one of those guys, we've seen him emerge now a third year in the program, and not an easy catch, a nice slide to make sure he got his hands under the ball and not have it trap against the turf, and kind of broke the ice a little bit offensively. I thought you played a lot better after that.
Yeah, it did. Manny's really come around and be a really good football player for us. Good hands, runs great routes, gets guys off balance, pretty physical when he runs his routes as well, which is good. And that ball shouldn't have been that hard to catch. He was wide open, and we just made it difficult for him, but he still made the catch. But it did spark our offense, did get us in the end zone, and we just kind of lit it up after that.
You scored on your first possession. You've scored on your first possession all 4 games now, 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals here for the last couple of ball games. So the quick starts haven't been a problem, but it just seems like the second, third, fourth possession, it's just not quite in sync with everybody.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. They did a good job of getting down to that first series and making things happen. And we got to start doing that. Series 2, Series 3, Series 4. Because we can put some points on the board. We just got to start putting things together. And I don't know if kids just relax or what it is, but that's something we've been talking about. For the last 3 weeks is we can't relax. When we get the lead, we got to keep the throttle down and keep moving forward and get more points. And defensively, we got to keep points off the board. And I don't know, we got to figure it out somehow though.
And you mentioned you could have had a lead. You had 2 of your 4 interceptions in that first quarter. You get the field goal, and then Kreitzer gets his first of 2 picks, but then you come right back and fumble it back away. You force a punt, and then you get another interception from Tanner Hookman, and you end up getting a field goal on that possession. But anytime you have 2 takeaways in the first quarter, you'd like to get a few more points out of it, and that's kind of been a problem. You look at your MO, and you did get 10 points off of turnovers in this game, but usually that is a very big stat skewed your way, and so far I think you've been outscored now 27-10 in points off turnovers.
Yeah, that's not good for us. We got to find ways to get those turnovers into either field goals or touchdowns, preferably touchdowns, but things just haven't seemed to go our way, on those. And again, it's one guy making a mistake here and there and costing us, whether we turn the ball back over ourselves or, we miss a block or we miss a read or, or drop a ball even. So we got to figure some things out, quit relaxing, go play hard, and just make things happen.
Yeah, Kreitzer had the one, Hookman had the other, then Isaiah Creel-Musgrave had the pick near their goal line. That's when Waiters fumbled it into the end zone, but got it off of a deflection. And really good to see him because, he kind of had a slow start. He had the nice game at Washburn a week ago, gets another pick on Saturday night. And coming off an injury, sometimes you forget how hard that is, and everybody react. But you can tell now he looks comfortable out there. He's going out there and making plays, and I think he's finally now playing the kind of a guy you thought was going to be for you, who almost, was in a position to maybe get a starting job last year before that injury before the start of the season.
Yeah, he's done a great job. I mean, he's really starting to feel comfortable with what he's doing. I think he's really just starting to understand, what we're trying to accomplish defensively with him as well. And, it's starting to, his ankle's coming back. He feels stronger with his leg. And, you can just see it. Even the way he's playing more physical than I've ever seen him play. And he likes to come up and hit and make things happen. And, he makes a mistake. He just lets it go. And moves on to the next play. And that's what you got to do as a corner. But he's really improved, tremendously. I think the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, interesting. Just moving on to the next play, and at the weekly press conferences you have every week, Jordan Starks was one of them last week, and that's something he mentioned. Felt in the Washburn game they did a better job of that, and didn't in the first two, and a bad play would linger, where it seemed like if we do make a mistake, let's move on. Let's get it done the next play. And it seemed like your team's getting a little bit better in that direction, which in football, there's going to be big plays, there's going to be mistakes, things are going to happen. You just got to keep going. It seems like they're trending in the right direction in that regard.
Yeah, it is. There's always going to be something that happens, in a game. There's always going to be some type of adversity, some, big play, for another team, or we turn the ball over offensively or whatever it might be. But we just got to make sure we keep those down to a minimum. But our kids have that. They're grown, matured, and a lot of those kids are just first-year starters for us, and they're starting to get comfortable now with what we're doing. And you see them playing faster now. They're playing harder, playing more physical, and we just got to continue that and hopefully get better this week and improve on the things that we weren't so good on last week.
Yeah, you mentioned big plays. It's amazing. You've had only 2 rushes of 20 or more yards, and they were both in that game on Saturday. So hopefully that's getting in the right direction. Another good game which you ran the ball a lot better. It's 2 in a row now. You've run it closer to, I think, to how you probably hope it is.
Yeah, it is. It's getting closer, but still missing too many holes and still missing too many blocks, when you really go back and watch it. And just understand the blocking schemes themselves, offensively, whether it's 4 down, 5 down, 3 down, and what they're giving you. So communication's just got to get better, and our kids just, got to do their job a little bit better and do it more physically. I really felt like, especially at my position, the tight end position, this week, just coming across on blocks or certain blocks, we weren't real physical. And if we were, that back has a little bit bigger hole to run through.
And speaking of big plays, the defense cutting down. There's a bunch of them early, but every week they're giving up less. They didn't give up any over 30 yards. And it seems like the defense is another game getting stronger, getting more confident, and playing more like Fort Hays State defense. And the bar's been set pretty high because you've been pretty good on that side of the ball for quite a while. But this group looks like they're slowly starting to become one of those defenses that could be pretty good before this year's over.
Yeah, they have. They've really grown and matured as the weeks have gone on. And they played more physical as the weeks have gone on, but I think that just comes with being comfortable and being confident in yourself, and they're starting to get that. When you start getting some turnovers and start flying around a little bit more and making big plays happen, you get more confidence. And as the weeks go on, I think they're only going to get better because they do play hard in practice as well, and they're getting after it on game day now, and creating those turnovers, getting some big hits, getting some pressure on the quarterback, and making those things happen, makes it pretty exciting for defense.
Well, the Tigers get the win. Nearly had the shutout, gave up that field goal in the second half, but they win at 44-3 Saturday over Missouri Southern to move to 2-2. We are at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, where you'll find the lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, Traeger grills, and of course the great mattress selection. You'll find that here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, 1501 East 27th in Hays. We need to take another break. We'll do that right here. Be back with more on Tiger Talk along the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wertenberger Construction.
Ready to discover something new? The next time you're in your car, tune your radio to 94.3 FM.
It's here.
It's Hayes' greatest hits.
Love it.
On 1400 KAYS and 94.3 FM.
94.3 FM, KAYS. Go ahead, check us out.
13-0 Tigers. High snap, screen pass to Hazlett here on the near side. Stiff arms the line, breaks a tackle up the sideline, stays in bounds. He's going to score. 10, 5, Touchdown! Fort Hays State, 51 yards on the screen pass from Fuller to Harley Hazlett. He used that devastating stiff arm and then tippy-toed in front of the sideline, stayed in bounds, and Fort Hays State with 2 quick strike touchdowns now lead it 19-0. Yeah, big play right before the end of the first half. That pushed the lead to 20-0 at halftime. Harley's 51-yard catch and run, a lot of run, and that's stiff arm. I mean, he is so strong and powerful, and has become quite a weapon. He's hard to bring down anyway, and he gets that arm out there, and he used it perfectly. And you know, you look at him, he's a big physical guy. He doesn't seem like the fastest player, but yet you watch plays like that, and nobody catches him. His speed is deceiving.
He hardly ever gets caught. He really does, and he doesn't look that fast, but he's moving. And, he's got those really long arms that really help him with that stiff arm as well to keep, defenders off of him. And, he's finally coming back. He's the Hazlett that we've been looking for, since last year. Week 1, week 2, he wasn't, quite that. But these last 2 weeks, he's coming around and being the guy that we want. So, I'm proud to see him back on the field doing the things that he's doing right now.
Yeah, last week you kind of got him involved in the run game, and it seemed to, light a switch. But he got some yards. He got into the game that way, and then he had the big receiving game. And then he goes for 123, which was a new career high on Saturday. And 3 touchdowns, first time he's done that. He's had 5 touchdown catches now in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's played well. He's gotten himself open, and we find plays that no fit Harley and going to get Harley open as well and give him some success because you get him in open space, he's got a great chance to score, and that's what we're trying to do with him right now.
And I know you said it after the game. He has to be playing well. He's an important part of the offense, and really that whole receiving core. I know Lane didn't have his best game, wasn't targeted a ton in that contest, and it seems like it goes ebbs and flows. Teams try to overcover Harley and cover him up and take him out. You've got other weapons to step up and do a good job, but they're such an important part of what you try to do offensively.
Yeah, they are. Harley is, Beebs is, those guys, and he had opportunities as well. There's 3 balls in that game that I thought he should have caught, and
normally does.
Yeah, he normally does, and especially the one across the middle. He's wide open. Any chance maybe let him just a little bit too much, which we still got to make that catch. But the 2 deep balls, in the end zone, I thought that both those should have been touchdowns, and we just got to make those plays, and that's why I talk about our guys all the time. We need to step up when your number's called and make the play, and if you're not, then we're going to find other guys that can do it.
Well, Tigers have had 3 straight games of a 100-yard receiver, and Bieberly had 99 in week 1, so close to 4. That hasn't happened since the last 3 games of 2013, so that receiving core starting to get involved nicely. And you've always done this, but Charles Tigner is such a valuable weapon. He played as a receiver his freshman year. Utilize your running backs in that receiving game quite a bit. That's the one play, and we saw that quite a few times. Everybody's covered downfield. I know those guys demand a lot of attention because of this type of players they are. A lot of times that back can come out of the backfield and be wide open for big plays.
Yeah, they are. And, we try to utilize them as much as we can. I don't think a lot of teams use those guys like we do. But, you got to get another receiver out and see if they can cover them because usually they're on a linebacker or something like that. And we feel like, our guys can beat those guys. But, he should have had one in the game as well. That bounced right off his helmet. That thing was wide open for a touchdown as well. And, Charles has got to catch that ball, but we got to keep him involved in the pass game, and we'll just do different things with him as well to kind of keep him involved.
You mentioned running the ball well. DJ Hickman hadn't played since week 1. Looked like a completely different player. Ran for 90 yards and a touchdown. Charles had 87 hard yards. A lot of those coming in the first half. Nice to have that 1-2 punch.
It is. It was good to see DJ do that because as a kid, we've been looking for him, and he did that a few times last year, but. That needs to be a consistent basis, not just, every once in a while. If, he consistently plays like that, he's going to get a lot of carries for us. But it's all about consistency. If you can't be consistent doing your job and doing your assignment and knowing exactly what you're supposed to do, then we can't put you on the field. So, but hopefully he continues to do what he did against Southern, and we can get on the field a little bit more.
Chance was sacked one time. He got hit a lot in the Washburn game, protected a little bit better. How did you feel the offensive line played?
They did well. The sack shouldn't have been a sack. We got to do a little bit better job of, we worked that same protection all week and that same blitz 100 times in practice. And, just didn't see it. And then he was right there, and, tackle should have came off and made the block. But, we got to protect him a little bit better than that. But he only did get hit once, which is good. And hopefully we can continue, keeping him safe in the pocket and give him opportunities.
It was good to see him back after the vicious hit he took in the Washburn game, and didn't really seem to have many ill effects. 4 more touchdown passes. Did throw the 1 interception, kind of threw it up for grabs, but he's been at a high rate as far as touchdowns to interceptions, his completion percentage, and we kind of talked about it. I mean, that was just his 6th start in his Tiger career, but looking more and more comfortable each and every week.
Yeah, he is. He just sometimes read it out and see it out. Besides just predetermining where he's going to go, and a lot of times everybody likes to throw to Harley and those guys, but sometimes you got to find that guy that's open, and sometimes he tries to force some things, but he's improving each week. He just has to get better at the little things and making sure he's not, they don't know exactly where he's going to go with the ball. He's just got to be a little bit more, elusive and, especially in the pocket and sit in the pocket just a little bit more because sometimes he gets out too soon. But those are things he's got to work on. I mean, he's not a freshman for us. He's not a sophomore. He's played some ball with us now, and, he needs to get better and, start making the right reads and making better throws.
Tyler Kitteman had a catch. So he got on the field a little bit more as a wide receiver, and we've talked about him a little bit. Very good high school football player. Obviously had a great basketball career at Fort Hays State, but looking and seeing him getting more involved with more things than just special teams right now.
Yeah, it just takes time, and being a receiver takes a lot of time because there's so many different routes, and you got to run each route a little bit different, and the technique's a lot different than just playing basketball as well, and he is on a lot of special teams as well, so just kind of getting him through it and letting him figure things out, and he wants to learn, he wants to be good, and that's something about Kyler that you can't take away. Is he's going to be hardworking, he's going to be committed, and he's going to make himself the best football player he possibly can.
Only got a catch, his first as a Tiger, and hopefully the first of many as this season rolls along. We are at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, 1501 East 27th. We're back in the kitchen, and the kitchen appliances, the stoves, the microwaves, of course, all the great refrigerator. I mean, they've got different styles to fit whatever your needs may be. If you need a refrigerator upgrade, maybe a new stove, a new microwave, this is the place you need to check out. Horizon Appliance and Electronics, 1501 East 27th in Hayes. We will take another break. We're back with more after the timeout here on the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wertenberger Construction.
Horizon, the appliance and mattress store for you. Did you know sleep is the single most important thing you'll do today? Experts recommend replacing your mattress every 10 years. See the all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze. It transfers heat away from your body, helping you sleep up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. Receive up to 48 months no interest and take home a $300 gift with purchase. Get the sleep you deserve. Horizon, the appliance and mattress store for you in Hayes.
Taking it at about the 3-yard line to Corey Tutson up to the 10. He's at the numbers 15, breaks clear at the 20. He's at the 30, midfield 50. It's a foot race, cuts inside 30, gets by the kicker, 25 to the 20, gets a downfield block 15 to the 10 to the 5, stretches. He's brought down at the 2-yard line. A 96-yard kickoff return, touchdown saving tackle by Jalen Alexander, but Fort Hays State will have it first and goal at the Missouri Southern 2-yard line. Yeah, that was an exciting way to start the second half on Saturday night in Fort Hays State's 44-3 win over Missouri Southern. Welcome back into Tiger Talk. We're at Horizon Appliance and Mattress at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. Corey didn't get in as a running back, but he certainly left his mark on the game. Also close, and it was officially a 93-yard return. He probably ran about 140 because give their kicker credit, kind of made him angle it in. They had a few guys kind of track him down. I'm sure he was very disappointed and probably got razzed a little bit for not getting that all the way in and getting those last 3 yards.
That's it. You got to get it in. No matter what it takes, you're right there. You're 3 yards away, 2 yards away. If you got to break a tackle. Somebody's got to make a block for you, but you got to get that in. I mean, that's just all there is to it. We're not going to settle for, big, long returns like that and not get to the end zone. So, next time he's got to find a way to get that thing in there.
But it was good to see the good return. He had a pretty good day returning kicks for you, and such a valuable part of it. And then you scored quickly right off, I think, the very next play. So such an important part, and it's one thing we don't see a lot of returns on you because of the way Dante kicks, but obviously that field position is such a key part of any football game.
It's a big part of it, because it could spark the offense and get them going, and then it also helps with change of field position if you go 3 and out or something, So those returns are huge for us, and Te'Cory, he's explosive. He can make things happen, and Andrew J had a great block. On that play as well, coming through. But all the guys still up their blocks very well on that. And that's another team that we need to get better at, because if we just seal our blocks for just a little bit longer, we break quite a few of them. And Te'Cory can see it. And, I'll be surprised if they keep kicking to him.
Yeah, that speed, certainly a valuable weapon. Talk about the defense a little bit. We've touched on it tonight. 4 interceptions, 7 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks. So obviously the back end did their job. But you've always said at the front 5 or 6 can do their job and get some pressure. It makes it easier. And we saw that some of those balls were just thrown up for grabs because there was a guy in the face. It felt like that the defensive line, and you rotate a lot of guys and keep them fresh. Did a good job, maybe one of their best games.
It was. I thought it was. Still just need to pin our ears back a little bit more and really get after it, because I haven't seen us really just truly get after it yet. Still playing a little bit hesitant, but they did a good job of getting pressure on him, and then they were just throwing some balls up here and there, and a couple of them were right to our guys. You're like, man, I don't know where he's throwing that ball to, but hey, thanks, and we appreciate that. But there's still a lot of drop balls in that game as well. I mean, I don't know how many receivers for them dropped
early on, especially.
A lot of balls, and that's something that we got to secure up, because they catch those. Who knows what this game's like? So. But they are getting better. They are getting better pressure. Drew Harvey, I thought, had a really, really good game. Hayden Kreitzer had a really good game. But there's still things we got to work on to get better at.
Dwayne Lawson, 6'7" for them. He'd been a quarterback at Virginia Tech a little bit. Number 91 for those who could read their jersey numbers with the. Don't ever do that, please. Don't ever go like gold. I appreciate that. Anyway. I digress. But big player, and I know Jordan Starks talked about it during the week. His ability to high point passes. When he's 6'7", that's hard to do. But I felt your guys did a pretty decent job. Did you practice much against that during the week? I mean, that's something that's obviously hard to simulate in practice with a 6'7" receiver like that.
Yeah, we don't have one in practice. So when you look at their guys, I mean, they had some really good-looking young men on their team. Coach Sims did a good job of recruiting those guys. You can just tell that they really haven't been in the weight room yet, because they weren't real strong. But they have some tremendous athletes and some good-sized athletes as well. And I mean, the future for them is going to be very, very bright with those guys. But I don't know how you really simulate it. I mean, just work on high pointing the ball and ripping, trying to rip his hands down and arms down. And our kids, do that in practice against our guys as well. So about the only guy that's close to that is probably Harley.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'4", or right around there. So give him 3 more inches, he might be like that guy. But that guy was a tremendous looking athlete.
Yeah,
and did some good things.
120 yards catching, 6 receptions, but by and large did a pretty good job against him. Drew Harvey, 3 tackles for loss. He had a couple of sacks. Another game, he seems to be getting more comfortable and more comfortable. Probably a little bit more physical. I know the kind of leading that charge on that side of things.
It is, and that's only game 4 for him. And he's came in late, tried to learn a defense, because we do a lot defensively as well, and it just takes time, and you could kind of see the light kind of come on, and he played well. There's still a few things he's got to work on, not chasing shallow routes and things like that, maybe getting better in his drops, but the physicality of the game finally was there for him, because he's a good-looking kid, and he's physical and he's strong, and I think he's only going to get better week to week.
I think there was one play he was in pass coverage, and the quarterback, it was in the third quarter, was running, did a good job of staying with the guy, and then when you could see the quarterback was going to keep it, broke, released, and came in and made a big-time hit for a very little gain, maybe even had a tackle for loss, kind of put him in a tough spot there on an island, but he responded to it well.
He did, took a great angle and bursted, to it as well, and some of those guys are hesitant to it, and, he even got after it. He had a couple of those, in that game for us, too. And one time the guy about got away, but with his strength, he was still able to bring the guy down, but, we're counting him to get better each week, and that's what I expect out of him. Now he just made his life hard.
How about Hayden Kreitzer? I mean, last year in the playoff game when Doyen was disqualified for that call, and they kind of picked on Hayden a little bit. I know he kind of took it to heart. Gets thrust into a starting role after Jaimin Preston's injury. 8 tackles Saturday night, 2 picks. 2 pass breakups, probably could have been 2 more. I mean, he could have had a pick 6, and he was so frustrated he didn't have the one. But just every week, just playing with more confidence and playing well. What a cool story. I'm sure he's exceeded what maybe you even thought he'd be coming out of high school.
I knew he was a competitor. He's just a competitor. He plays physical. He plays hard. He's going to give you everything that he has, week in and week out. And, it was good. I was very excited for him after the game and how he performed. But now again, he made it hard on himself now because I expect that every week. But he did a great job, and he's bought his time. I mean, he's a 5th-year senior, and this is really his first chance to start, for us. But he stuck through it. A lot of kids that would have quit by now or not stuck it out. But they're not Hayden. He's going to work his tail off and do whatever he can to help his team out, whether it's on special teams, spot playing on defense. But now he's a starter, and he prepared himself as a starter.
How's Jaimin doing? I know he's slowly recovering from that injury.
Doing well. We could get him back this week. It just kind of depends on what Doc says with his arm, and it might be another week as well. So just kind of depends on where the strength is and how the brace fits on there as well. But I know he's chomping at the bit to get back, and that's always Jaimin. He always wants to be back. So we'll see as it gets closer.
Another guy, Jordan Starks, third straight game he set a new individual tackle high. He had 9 of those, and he's done it each of the last 3 games, but seems to be more confident as well. Just another young guy on that back end, a sophomore, but flying around, making more plays, and slowly becoming a leader on defense, it looks like.
Yeah, he is. He's really – you can tell he's feeling comfortable now and really understanding how it fits in, and he's adjusted to the speed of the game as well, which is the hardest part to do is just adjusting to that speed. And, he's figured it out, but he's a smart football player, gets himself in good position. I think he had a couple of pass breakups as well, and a lot of tackles. But I'm really proud of the way he's progressed. These last 4 weeks, and I think each week he's only going to get better and get more comfortable back there and become a better leader each week.
Well, the Tigers are going to need some good defense again Saturday. They will be in Edmond, Oklahoma, taking on the Broncos of Central Oklahoma. Another big game with UCO. It seems like the last 3, 4, 5 years they all have been, and certainly going to be the case again Saturday. And we will take a preview look at UCO when we return after this timeout. Again, we're on Tiger Talk at Horizon Appliance and Mattress. You'll find the lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, Traeger grills, and, of course, all the mattresses to fit your needs at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. We will take our final break and preview Saturday's game in Edmond after this break here on the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wertenberger Construction. It's the A Street Liquor Top Tailgate Contest on HaysPost.com. Show your Tiger Tailgate crew flashing the A Street Liquor Tailgate Cup, and you can win. Don't have a cup? Then get to 8th Street Liquor to get your tailgating supplies and get a cup for free. Okay, so you have the cup. Get to the game. Grab your crew, snap a picture, and enter on HaysPost.com. The picture with the most votes wins a prize from A Street Liquor. It's the Top Tailgate Contest on HaysPost.com by A Street Liquor, where the good times and tailgating start.
That was another legend on 99 KZ Country. And yes, before that, we had a brand new artist. Your home for today's stars and the legends. We play real country. I'm Teresa Trapp. Weather, news, sports, it's all here. We're on Facebook, and there is a listen live link at HaysPost.com. Dial us in on your radio at 99.5 FM. KHAZ, real country. 99 KZ Country.
There's a snap back to Fuller on 3rd and 10. Throws in the end zone. Hazlett has it. Touchdown, Fort Hays State. Harley's 3rd of the game. His first 3-touchdown game in his career. And it's 33-0 with 13:25 to go in the 3rd. Yeah, 34-0 after the extra point. And Fort Hays State was on their way on Saturday night to the 44-3 victory over Missouri Southern. And, boy, I know your defense would have liked to have the shutout in that game, but did about as close as you can get, and hopefully they can play that well again this Saturday. They're going to have to at Edmond, because it was an interesting game a year ago. You beat them 15-0 in Hayes. No touchdowns in that game. So neither team has scored a touchdown against each other in over a year. I'm guessing that might change on Saturday.
I think so. Hopefully we're on the big end of that as well. And but they're very good. Offensively, they're big up front. They got a great running back. I believe they changed quarterbacks last week for some reason, and I'm trying to figure out exactly why they did that. But they got some receivers that they had last year that have a lot of experience, and they're long, they're lean, and they run very well. So our defense is going to have their hands cut out for them. And then defensively they don't have those 2 guys back, and I'm so glad 11 and 1 I believe last year aren't back, but because those guys were hard to defend. I mean, hard to block and hard to get after and hard to attack, and but. They are who they are. They're still going to run the same defense. They got good guys in the back end. Their D-line's going to get after it, and they're going to play that 4-1 box, kind of like Northwest does. So, we just got to be prepared for anything because, sometimes they bring pressure, sometimes they don't, sometimes they're in zone, sometimes they're in man. So, we just got to prepare our kids for everything and get them ready.
They come off a blowout loss, 59-10 at Northwest on Saturday. Kind of a weird game. They gave up a kick return to start it, 3 and out, and then a big pass play, and all of a sudden it's 14-0. It's not even a minute and a half into the game, so they kind of got punched in the mouth, and then they had the long weather delay. So kind of a tough game to judge them on, but obviously they're one of the teams that people pick to be in the mix, maybe a dark horse to maybe make a run at a league championship. And kind of like it's been the last couple of years in this game, it's kind of a crossroads game. After your start, now 2 wins. They got off to a good start. I mean, they give up that late score and the last-second field goal to Pitt, or they would have been undefeated going into their game last Saturday. And it's kind of like the winner of this one, all right, starting to build some momentum. You got a chance. The loser, who knows where it goes. But big crossroad games for both teams. So you get 2 kind of desperate teams trying to find a way to win a big football game.
Yeah, we are. We're both still trying to win a conference championship. We're both still trying to get into the playoffs. And, but like I tell our team, we're about 1 game at a time right now. And that was Missouri Southern last week, and now it's UCO this week. So we can't look too far ahead and just look at what they're trying to do to us and understand that they're trying to win this game just like we are. We got 2 teams that are 2-2. Trying to get to 3-2 and get above 500, and they're going to bring their best game, and we got to bring our best game as well. So it's going to be a battle. It always is when we play each other, and hopefully we come out on top in that battle.
Yeah, 15-0 a year ago. As mentioned, no touchdowns. Every game prior to that, for like the last 4 years, it came down to a possession or 2 late in a game. Very, very close games, and a game like this, I mean, one you don't know where it might be. Might be in the first possession, second, 1 or 2 plays, seems like could be the deciding factor against these guys.
And that's it, turnover here, turnover there, not getting a third down or missing a field goal or, not scoring a touchdown in the red zone. Anything can happen in this game, or special teams even, on both sides because they're very explosive on special teams as well. So, we got to make sure that we get better this week and worry about ourselves and what we do and make our team better. We're making ourselves better, and hopefully that happens for us. Hopefully our kids come locked in and ready to work and make themselves better football players.
Second straight road game in which you'll play on a Saturday afternoon. You've had obviously a bunch of night games so far. You'll still have several more. You prefer night, days, a matter? I imagine on the road, day games are probably a little bit nicer.
Yeah, definitely on the road. Home, I like the night. I like the day games. I really do like the day games because it gives me time after the game to actually go spend some time with my family and, see them and hang out a little bit. But, for our community, a lot of people work on Saturday and, they're not getting off till late and they got some of the things they got to do around the house. It's good for our community to give them an opportunity to come out and watch us. So, at home, we'll do the night games so they can come watch us.
And speaking of, what a great crowd. I mean, it was not the best day Saturday with the weather, but when we got to the stadium, I mean, it didn't dampen the tailgating, literally, and a huge crowd, biggest crowd of the year, right, at 6,000 people. And they were in the game, and the students have been phenomenal again. That's been probably the neatest thing for home games. The students have showed up, and not just showing up, they're into the game, and they're making Lewis Field a great environment for college football.
They are. I'm so thankful for those students showing up and watching us and supporting us and even all the other fans, there could be other things they do on Saturday, but, they come out and support their Tigers, and, we're very thankful for that. And, we can't do it without them. It's home field advantage, and we have that many people there making that kind of noise. It helps us out, and it kind of puts a little bit of stress on the other team. So, we appreciate all their support and everything that they do for us.
Nope, should be a fun one Saturday. The Tigers in Edmond to face Central Oklahoma. Coach Bobeck will have his team ready to go, and I know you'll have your guys ready to go. Should be a fun, big-time matchup, one of the key games this Saturday in the MIAA. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Have a great week of practice, and we will see you Saturday down at Wantland Stadium.
Sounds good. Thanks, Gerard.
There you go. It's head coach Chris Brown of the Fort Hays State Tigers, again getting set to take on the Broncos. Hey, don't forget, you can watch Tiger Talk online, HaysPost.com. Just hover on that Eagle TV icon on the top left corner and click on Tiger Talk. Of course, it's on Eagle Cable TV, channel 614 and channel 14 on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and then again on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. And, of course, as we said, always online at HaysPost.com. Tiger Talk is brought to you today by our premier sponsors. The Hays Med Orthopedic Institute. It's part of the University of Kansas Health System. The Taco Shop, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, Golden Belt Bank of Hays and Ellis, BTI, as well as G&L Tire and Automotive, and of course the great folks here at Horizon Appliance and Mattress, where you'll find the lowest prices on kitchen and laundry appliances, Traeger grills, and of course mattresses. They're at 1501 East 27th in Hayes. We appreciate them hosting the program again here today. We'll be in Edmond Saturday. It's a 1 o'clock kick from Wantland Stadium. We'll be on the air at noon with the Auto World pregame show. We certainly hope you can make it down to Edmond. If not, join us right here on the Tiger Sports Network. That'll wrap up the program. We'll be back here next Monday. Hope to see you then. It's Tiger Talk on the Tiger Sports Network, built by Paul Wertenberger Construction. Good night, everyone.